everybody, what is going on everybody? My name is Blitzwinger and it's time to go to the Max! And of course, I'm talking about Cragsters Max. Of course, welcome on back to another LEGO Mixels review. And I don't know why, I had in my mind, in my goofy silly mind, I thought that I did the Cragsters Max video. And then I realized, wait a minute, I never did it, did I? And then many of you guys have been commenting as of late, hey Blitzwinger, you know that you're a genius and all? And yeah, not really. But you kind of forgot about the fact that, hey, you never made a Cragsters Max video. So then I thought to myself, you are indeed correct. Well, why don't we correct that situation with today's video? So of course we're going to combine Seismo, Shuff, and Crater into the Cragsters Max. Of course, these are the three figurines that we're going to need to use. The three Mixels from the Cragsters lineup. Now, by the way, fun fact, in June, I should say, the new wave of LEGO Mixels is going to come out, Wave 2, and I'm super pumped for those. I can't wait to review those guys as well. But of course, before we get to the actual combination of Cragsters Max, as I always show you guys, you can definitely mix and match pieces within the Cragsters. So for example, let's say here, for example, you could go ahead and take the feet off of Mr. Crater and Mr. Seismo, like so. And the other thing is, don't forget, you can also mix these up with characters like, that actually kind of looks cool. Seismo being a little bit shorter like that, I kind of like that. That looks really, really lovely. And I think I'm going to like Crater being really tall, because Crater's my favorite. Oh yeah! That looks awesome. Whoa, that looks terrific. Look at that. And now it'll be easier to actually spin him around. You spin my head literally right round, right round. There we go. But of course, now that I've shown you guys with the Cragsters, you can also do the mix and match stuff with some of the other Mixels that you have from the Electroids families, etc., or the Infernites families. So you can mix and match them all. And the idea behind this is that, of course, every time I do a Max video, I try to showcase to you that these toys have a lot of potential in terms of within just having three characters, you have not endless possibilities, but a ridiculously large amount of possibilities. And that's something that I love about the Mixels line, is that the more of these guys you collect, the more value you get out of them. But that being said, it is time for us to transform and become Maxified. I'll see you in just a moment, guys. Okay, that was a fail. Howdy doodle, guys! Cragster Max is here. So, my oh my oh my, this is a really interesting design. This is definitely one of the cooler, well, then again, there are only three, but still, definitely a cool LEGO Max design for the Mixels, of course. This is the Cragsters Max. And of course, you will notice right off the bat that he's got a really, really unique shape to him in terms of a lot of the other Max characters were, you know, if we took a look at the Infernites, he was kind of like a lizard type character. If we took a look at the Electroids, you could see that he was kind of a, you know, more hunched over with a tail type creature. Whereas this one, interestingly enough, just kind of has a humanoid look. I mean, he definitely does have the feel of, let's say if you took a mountain and you kind of pulled a piece of the mountain out and brought it to life or something like that. This could totally be that design, that's for sure. But at the same time, it's really intriguing to me that he really does have kind of a humanoid shape in terms of, you know, he's got 2 feet, 2 hands, and a regular sized torso, nothing particularly different about that. However, I do love the fact that, for example, his head is very obviously round and such, but it gives him a really, really cool kind of profile, as you can see when we look from the side, so that's really nice. On top of that, I love the way that the teeth here work, of course, to allow you to do a chomping motion. You can see right up at the top here, you could move his eyes to look all around. He does have a bit of a goofy look as a result of that, like I definitely admit that. If you look at his eyes and just his face, he doesn't look like the brightest fella, but then again, he's supposed to be based on rocks and such, so he's just, in my opinion, supposed to probably be kind of the strong one of the bunch, not so much the brains of the operations, more so the bronze of the operation, of course. Now I love that, of course, just like all the other Cragsters, he keeps the asymmetrical design of kind of, you know, different pieces kind of popping up everywhere of different colors and such, and it works really well here, as you can see on the arms with the triangles that you use. You point one this way, one that way, one this way, one that, one this way. It's like you kind of mix things up. You use a gold, you use three silver is another gold piece. Here, for example, you've got a gold piece, whereas here it's silver. And I love that kind of stuff. I think it gives him a really nice, diverse and different look. On top of that, unlike most of the other Lego Max characters and a lot of the Mixels, where they don't really have a lot of detail in the back, this guy actually has some pretty good details. I mean, he's got his ears here, or at least I assume that's what it's supposed to be, and you could kind of, you know, obviously point those around however you want, which is quite lovely and definitely a cool feature. But on top of that, as you can see, his back has some detail, so that's really cool and kind of makes him feel like a more complete design in that sense. Now, his feet are super cool with, of course, using the pieces from Shuff, the torso pieces from Shuff, in order to kind of give him the top of the foot to resemble a rock type terrain and everything, and that looks fantastic. On top of that, a lot of this humanoid design gives him a lot of articulation, such as, for example, his shoulders are very, very free to maneuver around. On top of that, of course, as you might have noticed, he's got 2 fingers, and you could go ahead and make like a little fist if you want, like so, and of course the same on the opposite side. On top of that, of course, as I said before, his jaw goes up and down, which is quite lovely, so it could be like, ha ha ha, that was a very funny joke, because that's what I make him do, because all my jokes are not that good. Oh, that was sad. Nonetheless, okay, that was weird too. But nonetheless, of course, his foot is very, very, very well articulated as well. He's got maneuverability up and down there, a little bit forwards and back. And on top of that, of course, the foot itself, or sorry, his leg has a lot of articulation, and then his foot itself also, just like the leg, has a lot of mobility in that way as well. Plus, of course, you could, if you want, do some stuff like have him stand like this, for example. I mean, you could definitely get him into some really goofy ballerina-like poses, which is what I've done. Come on! There we go. Some ballerina poses, like he's like... He could do the history of dance video if he wanted to, with all his other Mixel friends, and they could do like a little remix for it, which would be quite lovely indeed. But of course, as you guys know, there are always leftover pieces with the Cragsters, or with all of the Max figures, and then I take some of those pieces and try to make a custom Mixel, which then you guys name, and you guys have come up with some really awesome names for the Electroids, like it was Crane Arm, for the Infernites. It was really cool, so definitely keep that up and definitely come up with a name for this guy. Now, I call him Table Cragster because he's basically a table. And yes, I know, he's not a particularly great looking character, but I don't know, just the pieces that were there, this is kind of what I went with. I don't know why it was. I gave him like these weird shoulder pads. He's got these teeth showing from down here. His one arm just basically is a block that doesn't really have anything attached to it. The other arm is like a 2-fingered item that's holding like a blade or something like that. His eye does rotate around, which I thought that was kind of cool. And he, on top of that, has 4 feet, which is quite cool indeed as well. So I call him the Table Cragster, but you, of course, can name him whatever you guys want down in the comment section below. But that being said, of course, if you guys enjoyed today's Crags Masters review, of course, Cragsters. What am I talking about? Cragmasters. Did I say Cragmasters before? I might have said Cragmasters, didn't I? Ay caramba, that's not good. Alrighty, I should say the Cragsters Max review, of course. Give the video a like, that would really help me out a ton. Share the videos with family and friends, favorite the videos as well. Of course, stay tuned for plenty more content coming your way. Have a fantastic day, guys, and I will see you later, alligators. Thanks all for watching, guys. Bye-bye!